Welcome to Contracting Conversations. My name is Jim Valley, and I'm joined by my co-host, Scott Williams. Today, we're talking with Gigi McRae, DAU's Learning Asset Manager for SBP 2010, Intermediate Small Business Programs, Part A, also known as SBP 201, but we'll be changing to 201-0 here pretty soon. Gigi, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for giving me an opportunity to talk about the course.
Well, it's great to have you here. This is part one of our two-part series with you. So what can you tell us about this course?
Well, for starters, this is an online training course. We begin by identifying the purpose behind small business programs and the statutes, regulations, and policies that can impact small business programs. We consider how small business administration programs and policies impact the roles and responsibilities of the acquisition team as a whole. This course is designed to prepare mid-level small business professionals to work as an integral part of the acquisition team. However, we cover all phases of the acquisition process since the small business administration programs and policies impact the roles and responsibilities of the acquisition team as a whole, making it beneficial for other acquisitions professionals as well.
All right, Gigi. So how might students transfer learning to their workplace? Because obviously that's very important, is that they be able to take this information to where they do their work.
Okay, so from this course, we begin by identifying the roles and responsibilities of the small business professional during the acquisition process and demonstrate their key activities during all phases of the acquisition process. And I can't stress that enough. During the acquisition planning phase, we cover the critical elements for analyzing market research and defining requirements, which the small business professional works with other team members of other disciplines to do such. Other team members also do market research and defining requirements, and we find it when we work cohesively, we come out with better acquisition successes. So we cover advising the acquisition team of the small business elements of the solicitation and recognizing the key elements in solicitations that's essential to maximizing small business participation. But we do proceed from there. When we proceed to the solicitation phase of the acquisition process, we describe source selection, identifying the roles and responsibilities of the small business professional. So we support the acquisition team in doing source selection. We move on to the post-award phase where we recognize members to address small business issues during negotiation and award. So this online training course prepares students for our follow-on course, which is called right now SBP 202V, which will be changing to SBP 2020V, and that's Part B. And that's where they'll demonstrate their comprehension by completing a series of activities, including source selection and evaluating for small businesses. So they'll be completing a series of activities typical of what they do in the workplace.
Well, Gigi, that sounds like an interesting and useful course. I'm pretty excited by the idea that we get these contracting professionals, small business professionals, especially ready to do source selection, which right now is such a key thing with the new source selection procedures just coming out. So how are the students assessed in SBP 2010 or right now 201 and Intermediate Small Business Programs Part A?
Since it's an online course, students will be given 3 attempts to pass an online exam with a minimum score of 80%. If 80% is not achieved after the first attempt, the student will be given a chance to take a second attempt. And the second attempt will have the number of questions that were graded incorrectly on the first attempt. And although the questions will not be the same questions that they missed on the first attempt, they'll be more than likely based on the same learning objective or the same subject area of where they had trouble during the first attempt. This process will be repeated if a third attempt is needed. If the student is unsuccessful after the third attempt, the student can complete the course by re-enrolling to take the course again. After completing the course, we would appreciate if students would complete the end of course survey.
Hey, Gigi, can a student sign up for the course, the Intermediate Small Business Programs Part 8, without signing up for the entire credential it's contained in?
Absolutely. One of the benefits of having these specialized courses throughout our credentials is that an individual or their organization can design their training to fit their needs. However, we recommend that all Level 1 SBB courses be completed prior to taking any Level 2 courses. The courses are built in the order of the acquisition process. So we recommend that the courses are taken in sequential order.
Great, Gigi. That certainly makes a lot of sense. And we really appreciate you coming to the show today.
I thank you for having me. I enjoyed this.
Oh, you're very welcome. Hey, folks, look for our next segment with Gigi, where we're going to talk with her about another course, SBP 202V, which will soon be called SBP 2020V, the Intermediate Small Business Programs Part B. So today, that's all the time we have. But please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our Contracting Conversations channel. Type any comments below to include your questions for future discussions, and spread the word of this channel to your peers and to those you supervise or lead. Let us help you answer their questions. We look forward to having future contracting conversations with you.